gorgeous soul friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Hannah. Welcome to my channel, and it's such an honor to be a part of your wondrous earth experience today. The reason I'm making this video is because a couple of days ago I stumbled upon an old video of mine where I was talking about robotic affirming. And in the comment section of that video, someone had asked how robotic affirming has worked for me. Robotic affirming has been one of the most effective manifestation techniques that I've ever used. So I'm going to be sharing this story today with the intention that you'll find inspiration in this and go forth and use robotic affirming to the best of your ability. Robotic affirming is basically the process of repeating an affirmation over and over and over again in a robotic way. This can be done either in your head or aloud. If you find yourself kind of running with your thoughts and you have a hard time kind of keeping track of them or managing them, like your mind just races, you may want to say these affirmations aloud. But if you're like me and your mouth can't keep up with your brain, you may just want to run through these affirmations over and over again in your mind. A lot of people recommend doing it passively while performing other tasks like cleaning or getting ready. Some people say to do it right before bed, some people say to do it right upon awakening. It can be done in any moment of the day. Whenever you feel like it, whenever it resonates with you, you may want to just try running an I am statement over and over and over and over and over again. It can also be done in the middle of an interaction, like quietly in your head. Obviously don't interrupt people. But like as an example, if you're at a job interview, you could be robotic affirming in your head, I already got the job, this job is mine, I'm the perfect candidate, so on and so forth. But this is the example that I used when this subscriber asked how robotic affirming has worked for me. About 8 or 9 months ago, my husband and I were in the market for a car. And we had been looking for a few months. We had gone to different dealerships and we knew kind of an idea of what we wanted, like we had something in mind, but we knew for sure that we didn't want to put any money down. We were going to finance it and we had no desire to put any money down because it just wasn't in our budget at the time. We went to different dealerships and they pretty much laughed in our face and were like, yeah, no, the market sucks right now and it's almost impossible to get zero down, even with excellent credit. Unless you're buying like a super brand new 2025 car, which we were not looking for. We were looking for a used car a couple years old. But we persisted because we knew we were gonna get what we wanted. Because we exist outside of the confines of man-made economics. So we had decided like, no, this wasn't going to be an obstacle for us. We were still going to get what we wanted. So we ended up going to a local dealership in the area and we found a Toyota Corolla, which was the exact car that we were wanting. And it was a little bit outside of our price range, like just a hair. So it was doable. Me and my husband were like, okay, you know, it's a little bit out of our budget, but we can make it work. So we're talking to the car salesman and he's regurgitating the same thing that everybody else is saying. He's like, yeah, the economy sucks, prices are up right now, banks are super strict, and you pretty much have to put some money down even with excellent credit if you want to finance. And as he's saying this, I'm sitting there, I'm smiling, I'm nodding, but everything is going in one ear and out the other. And I'm just like, yeah, you're gonna give us a great deal and we're getting $0 down. We're getting $0 down. We're getting $0 down. You're gonna make it happen. You're gonna find somebody and they're gonna give us $0 down. The sales rep gets up, he's like, I'm gonna go talk to some financing companies, gonna see what we can do for you, see what rates we can get you, and I'll be back. So he leaves, he goes to the back, and the whole time I'm thinking, we're getting $0 down, we're getting $0 down, they're gonna figure something out, something's gonna work for us. It's gonna happen, it's already done. And of course, during this time, I did experience a little bit of doubt. Like there was that nagging voice in the back of my mind that was like, well, what if you don't? And what if you don't get this car? And what if you have to keep looking for another 4 or 5 months? So of course, you know, those thoughts were there, but they weren't as loud as my robotic affirming. I was like, nope, we're getting $0 down. This car is ours. It's already done. It's already taken care of. I don't even need to worry because it's already done. He comes back with the little paper with all the different prices depending on the interest rates and such, and he puts it on the table. And one of the options is for $0 down. And he was shocked. This man was shocked. I wasn't, but he was. He was like, so I ended up talking to one financing company who was willing to finance the car for you for $0 down. This is one of the lowest car payments that I have seen in a very long time. The whole thing was a great deal. And even when we went to the back to talk to the lady that does all the paperwork and gets you to sign all the contracts and stuff, she's not financially incentivized at all. Even she was like, this is the lowest car payment that I have seen in a very long time. She was like, the market's been really bad, and this is such a great deal that you guys got on this car. And the whole time I'm thinking, oh yeah, it's because I'm lucky like that. I got it like that. We're blessed. We're chosen, right? I'm almost like cementing into stone. Like, yeah, this always happens for me. This is normal for me. I always get what I want. Instead of focusing on just the excitement of getting the manifestation, I try to make it a normality and reaffirm that it's a normality. And I've noticed that as I've done that, manifestation has become more consistent. So we can jerk around and say, oh, they were going to offer it to you anyway, regardless of whether you robotic affirmed or not. And that's very possible. I mean, we set the intention before we even walked into the dealership. We wanted $0 down, and we knew we were going to find something for that. Even before I started robotic affirming, even before we walked into the dealership. And in fact, we actually went to that dealership for another car. Like, we weren't even going to look at the Corolla. We went to look at another car, and they didn't have any options for $0 down for that particular vehicle. And the salesman was actually like, well, I have a Corolla here that, you know, we could look at and see. It's a little bit more expensive. He's like, you know, we can check it out and see if it's something you'd be open to. And the Toyota Corolla was the car we established that we wanted when we first started deciding that we wanted to look for a car. Like, that was our ideal car. But we were willing to go with other vehicles if we couldn't find something within our budget. So it was crazy how all of this came together. It was like it found us. We just happened to go to this dealership for another car. They ended up suggesting the Corolla, which was the ideal car that we were looking for, the exact car we were looking for, and they were able to give us $0 down for it. So all of this was very serendipitous in the way that it happened, and it was because we persisted. That's it, point blank period. We persisted, we knew what we wanted, and we confidently stuck to it. We declined a lot of offers. We declined a lot of car salespeople. We declined a lot of options because we knew that what we wanted was coming to us. And we decided it was done. My husband also kind of manifested it in his own way because we talked about it later on in the car. And he was saying that, you know, he wasn't actively affirming anything in his mind, but he said that he just knew in the back of his mind that it was going to work out for us. So you can kind of observe two different manifesting methods, both equally effective, robotic affirming and just knowing it into being. Both of them worked. We ended up getting the car that we wanted, and we got it for $0 down. But yeah, just a short story time to inspire some confidence in you, confidence that will make you a force to be reckoned with, because once you have it, can't nobody tell you nothing. So build up that confidence, build up that willpower, and be immovable in that knowing and in that belief. And everything you want will be yours. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you all so much. I'm so endlessly grateful for every single one of you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.